Welcome back to 388 Days. In this video, we're going to share with you how much money YouTube is paying us. We were recently monetized and we thought, hey, what better way to give back to the community than to share how much money we're making with this endeavor. Let's get into it. So before we begin, let's get into a little bit of background about our YouTube channel. We started our channel in October of 2022, and the idea behind it was really to kind of bring our family and friends along with us on our full-time travel journeys. Naively enough, I didn't even realize that you could make money using YouTube. I thought there might be a few really talented, large content creators that were making money, but I really didn't understand how YouTube paid content creators. So after doing a little bit of research, I learned about the YouTube Partner Program. So if you're not familiar, the YouTube Partner Program is an ad revenue sharing program that YouTube has. There are some minimum requirements for that, and we hadn't really thought too much about actually attaining those requirements. We were more focused on creating videos, but as it turns out, when we traveled to Southeast Asia, we ended up hitting those minimum requirements. If you're interested, they are having 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours on your YouTube channel. So on January 27th, we posted our first Chiang Mai video, which did surprisingly well. I think we ended up with about 35,000 views, which for us was astronomical. And it was actually very nice to receive so many warm comments from our friends in Thailand. But it kept us quite busy with responding to those comments. And we started to see our subscriber count go up. After Thailand, we actually went to Ho Chi Minh City where we did another video, and that one just went wild. I think it had something to do with the fact that the Tet holiday was just around the corner and we were publishing that video right, I think, after the Tet holiday season. So there was a lot more interest in videos specifically in Vietnam. That one went really crazy, and I think we ended up with upwards of 70,000 views and a bunch of subscribers along the way. So that's really what pushed us into the 1,000 subscriber count. So on February 12th, we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark based on the success of those two videos. Now, we hadn't quite hit the 4,000 watch hours yet. In fact, we had, but YouTube has sort of a slow roll, I guess, with the way they calculate the 4,000 watch hours for the YouTube partner programs. So let's dig into the actual details of the revenue that YouTube paid us. So on February 21st, we were accepted into the YouTube partner program, and that's when we started to earn our first revenue. You can see here, because our YouTube videos were doing so well at the time, that we earned quite a bit of money during the first few days. In all total, for February, we earned $15.57. Now, YouTube will actually not cut us a check until we've earned a minimum of $100. So let's see how we did in March. So in March, we did okay. As you can see, our videos were still doing fairly well, making between $2 and maybe $1 a day. That's better than nothing. But as you can see, as we've kind of move along here, every week we release a video, and then the numbers jump up, and then they come back down as people lose interest over time, and then they jump back up. So all told, in March, we earned $34.18. So we're definitely glad that we have our retirement portfolio that we worked so hard to build so that we could travel full-time, because this is one of those don't quit your day job situations. So what we found interesting in analyzing this data is how YouTube calculates revenue. And again, this is a learning experience for me as we kind of go on this revenue journey with YouTube. YouTube pays more depending on the region where the viewers are originating from. So for example, YouTube is going to pay us more in ad revenue for viewers in the United States, and I think Canada and probably Western Europe. They're going to pay less for viewers in say Southeast Asia, Central Asia, those locations. So we had a lot of viewers in Southeast Asia, but far fewer viewers in the States until we released our video on Koh Samui. You can see as we released this Koh Samui video, we did pretty well. If you look at our ad revenue here, you can see we made $8.71 in just a short period of time. So if we actually dig into the data further, which I'm not going to do in this video, you can see the locations where the revenue was generated from. And in this case, there was a lot more interest in Koh Samui from the United States. So that's where we derived more revenue. All right, so let's look at the total overall estimated revenue for our YouTube channel since we were monetized on February 21st. Total is $65.99, of which so far we've seen zero because we still haven't hit that $100 mark. I guess the lesson learned here is that you could probably do quite well on YouTube if you really put a lot of effort into it. Again, our idea behind the YouTube channel was really to share our journey, kind of bring people along for our journey, primarily friends and family, but now that we have a number of subscribers, we're kind of looking to cater to some of those subscribers as well, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this video. We don't really plan to change a whole lot in our style. We may do some experimentation. We have some ideas about other types of content that we want to create, but overall, I think we're pretty satisfied. We're not really going to go trying to chase the numbers. We're just going to continue to do what we're doing and try to enjoy our travels. The one thing we didn't want to do is have YouTube turn into a job. That's really not going to be great for us, and specifically why we ended up quitting our jobs to travel full-time is we wanted to reduce the level of pressure, the level of stress, and so YouTube is always going to hopefully be a hobby for us. I don't know, maybe at some point in the future, we might decide to change that, but at this point, we're just going to kind of continue on with our journeys. The interesting thing about the monetization is in some cases, it's actually going to be more trouble than it's worth because it's going to change how we do our taxes. We're going to have to pay Social Security taxes. So it could potentially actually add more work overall for us at the end of the year when we have to do our taxes. We'll see how that goes. I don't think it's going to add too much complexity, but it is an additional layer that we hadn't necessarily thought about when we started on this journey. So we'll see how things go. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and end this video. Hopefully it was interesting, somewhat interesting, and we will see you in the next one.